Dissimilar. Oop. Meant to go to settings. Okay. Looks like music needs to come down just like a touch more. Alright. Welcome to Dissimilar. Can you hear us? Sound quality isn't perfect, but yes, I can hear you. How are you feeling? Since I can't see your faces, I would not say comfortable exactly. And quite frankly, audio distortion makes your voices sound rather threatening. Do you think you are ready to tell us your story? I am. We are listening. Take your time, and please do not hesitate to give as many details as you can. Very well. It all began after one of my evening classes. It was Friday, 8th December, barely past 8 p.m. Paris, December 8th, 2079. They set up a bike-on-demand station here not too long ago. Kinda wish they'd install the lift instead, but what can you do? It puts a bike together almost instantly. Just put it back in any other station when you get to your destination and you're done. My building also had one installed some years ago. Bike-on-demand station, they're quickly becoming widespread in Paris. Put together a bike for you in a couple seconds and you just need to leave it in another station when you're done. So, it's a public service funded by the city, spread to every other building in Paris over the past few years. So... okay. Oh, we were going inside, that's why. A notice board. It's meant for the people who live here. It's not exactly any of my business. Nothing interesting on here. Water being cut off during some plumbing works, complaints about the 6th floor neighbor being too noisy. Perfectly average life in a perfectly average Parisian building. An instant phone charging station. Battery's almost full, I don't need to use it. There's the entrance to building A. Never went in, my tutor's in building B, and the way through there is through the courtyard. Boulevard de Corset. I didn't study French for very long, so if I'm mispronouncing any of these French names, I'm sorry. It's quite far from my place, true, but he's the best robotics teacher there is. I got out and booked one of my mom's self-driving cars to get home, as I usually do. I decided to call my boyfriend while waiting. It isn't exactly related to the subject at hand. I don't think you'll find it interesting. We've said so already, but please do give us as many details as you possibly can. Even if those details feel irrelevant to you. We alone will decide whether they are important. Why are you facepalming, Dreamy? It is Wednesday. Alright. Hey, I just left my class. She's so pretty! Still working on the campaign? Thought of new ways to make our characters suffer at the hands of evil wizards and dragons yet? They're playing Dungeons and Dragons! Yep, better get those dice ready. But I don't think I'll be done tonight. By the way, did you get to ask Iris if she'd like to come up to Paris when we play the final session? I did ask her, but she won't be able to. She lives so far away, the ride here would take hours, and she's super busy these days. Huh. Maybe she'll actually want to come if I ace her next session, you think? I think she does want to. My ride's here. Give me a sec. Didn't she say she'd have more free time by the end of the year? Dunno, maybe things change. But I'll keep bothering her until she accepts, don't worry. I'm so looking forward to the next time we play. So am I. But first I really need to get those battle maps done. Hey, what if we did something together tomorrow? When I'm done, maybe? Sure thing. We could go to my place and you could spend the night. Mom won't be home. We'll have the whole flat to ourselves. That sounds super nice. I'll let you know. And right on cue. Mom's calling. I'll speak with you later. Good luck with the campaign. Love you. I love you too. Good evening, darling. You're not too busy, I hope? Not at all. How about you? How's work? Oh, good. Don't worry. You're off to get a drink with your friends tonight, right? Nah, I changed my mind. I'd rather go home and study. I might hang with them tomorrow instead. Oh, and Morgan will probably spend the night over. I left you enough money, didn't I? I can send you some more. Hang on. God, Mum, you do realize my allowance is almost exactly what you pay your employees? Well, better safe than sorry. Even if Morgan does come over, you gave me way more than I need. Right, sure, darling. Were you going to brush up on your coding tonight? Yeah, there's this language I still can't make heads or tails of. I really need the practice. You will manage, I'm sure of it. You know, I've been thinking on the way over, and I meant to tell you. You were right to pick a public university. I was wrong. I really wanted you to attend the same private college I did, but I gave it some more thought, and that was stupid of me. Actually, it wasn't just stupid, it was selfish. I am so sorry I behaved like this. I shouldn't have insisted so much. I'm not worried. You're going to be brilliant, I know you are. Thank you, Mummy. It means a lot. I know I probably don't say it enough, but I need to know you're on my side. Well, you know me, I might be a tiny bit stubborn sometimes. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess. We talked like this for another 15 minutes or so. I really wasn't paying attention to anything else, so I didn't realize the car had left Paris. I hung up, and that's when I noticed something was wrong. At first, I thought the navigation system was malfunctioning, or that maybe I'd set the wrong address. I checked the app, but someone had hacked the car. That's when I started panicking. And then Iris called me. I'm sure you must be freaking out right now, but don't worry. It's just me. What? Are you the one doing this? Did you hack my car, Iris? What the hell are you doing? Do you trust me, Amelia? Excuse me? I mean, of course I trust you. You know that. Maybe if you'd asked me before you hacked my car, yeah, maybe then we could answer, yeah, we trust you. But no, you hacked my car first. So no, I don't fucking trust you. HPG! Thank you very much for 63 months. Oh no, another helpful character that hacks called Iris, where are the pizza bagel facts? Well, we don't know if she's helpful, HPG. COP arises from her nap. She hacked our car that was taking us home. This, by the way, this is why I will never get into a self-driving car. I do not trust. And this is only 55 years in the future. I mean, of course I trust you, you know that. But right now I have a few questions of my own, like... What the fuck are you thinking? Where are you taking me? How did you even hack my mom's car? Right, listen, I know this will all seem very strange to you, but... She told me that she trusted me more than anybody else in the world. She said that she needed me for some special project. Nah, I'm yeeting myself out the door. Nope, tuck and roll. Time to tuck and roll. She made me promise I would not tell anyone about it. And you... Oh. And you agreed to this without even knowing where you were headed. I know it sounds crazy, but I was terrified. I tried to understand. I asked her so many questions. I did schedule a text to be sent to my mom the following day if well, just in case. Iris told me she was not in any danger, and neither was I. She called me from a verified number. It was her, not a spoof, and not some deep fake. Before this, I'd never met Iris in person. We met online. Over time, she became my best friend. My truest friend, the one I could tell any and everything to. You know, Jackness and I are like, well, just time to tuck and roll. Broken bones are better than kidnapping. This might sound daft, but even on the phone, she sounded sincere. Unmistakably sincere. I truly felt like she needed my help, needed me, like she hadn't needed anything in her life before. Hello, Cloak. Time to open the new water bottle. Water is so gross. And hydrating. Also, Dreamy, at the end of my madness last night, which lasted until I passed out, everything except alchemist, armor, blacksmith are up to 20 at least. In hindsight, it was insane of me to agree. But right then, right there was only my best friend reassuring me, asking me for my help, and I don't know. No, it's legitimately just water. It's nature's crystal, natural spring water. Not even any, there's not even any, mixture into it. It's just water. That was the Final Fantasy XIV crafting black hole. If you'd logged on at any point last night, Jackness, you would have found it. Thank you, Pace, for being proud of me for the crafting madness. I can't go to the firmament, Dreamy, because I don't have anything at level 60 in order to unlock it. It was already too late anyway. I cannot say it was the most self-aware decision I've ever made. Yeah, no, for the last, 2 weeks or something, it's just been regular bottled water, Cloak. What? No, this is on my main character. You have to have a crafting or a gathering class at level 60 in order to actually unlock the firmament. I know this because I have the quest. And every time I try to walk in, they're like, none of your gathering or crafting classes are at 60. You cannot come in. So I need to get botanist to 60 before it will let me in. The car kept going further and further away from Paris, all the way to Brittany on the western coast. First on the hyperway, and then through the winding, bumpy country roads. Iris was on the phone with me the whole length of the journey. I hadn't seen those roads in a very, very long time. But I knew them all the same. The Haven. You are on a path in the woods. At the end of that path is a cabin. Dissimilar. That's the name of the game. Even in the middle of the night, even after so many years, I recognize that ancient castle right away. Or as my family calls it, the Haven. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. Iris then told me that once I entered the castle, I would be taking part in some sort of game. She said I might even enjoy it, that it was a game, no more and no less. Easy for her to say, perhaps, but I couldn't relax, not in those circumstances. Iris told me which room I should go to, that tonight I would sleep and the game would begin on the morrow. And she hung up. I stood there, torn between listening to her and running away as fast as I could. There's a note on the door. The game will begin tomorrow. For now, you may only enter your room. This game again. Might as well go along now that I'm here, but I want to go home. If this is a place that your parents, or like your family knows, why didn't you message your mother? Why did you bring me here, Iris? Excuse me, since when do we have a dog? Mom never mentioned it to me. And if she had one, she wouldn't have just mentioned it, she'd have sent me a billion pictures. That makes no sense. Who would even care for it when she's home? There are pictures of the area on the wall. Pictures of some of my ancestors, too. The Haven has such a long and storied history. It has stood here for centuries. It feels so weird to be back here. I haven't been back in, what, 10, 11 years? So many memories in these halls. Okay, but tell me, Lodestar, even if you trust your friend, like, a lot, right? Like, even if you trust your friend, like, a lot, she takes you to your ancestral home that you haven't been to in 10 or 11 years and tells you you can only enter your room? Nah, we callin' Mom. But again, I wouldn't be here because I'd have yeeted myself out on the highway. Pitch black outside. I can't see a thing. Yeah, how does an online friend know what our family home is? That's also a great question, Jack. That's a great point. Wonderful point. We're in danger. Some small monitor. Screen doesn't show anything. Doesn't seem to be working. Contact lens case and a note next to it. Spare contacts should you need them. That's great and all, but my eyesight's just fine. Who's that for? Am I really meant to be here? Lift's out of order. Looks like I need to have access to at least one other floor before I can use it. This is my home! Who the fuck thinks they can lock me out of my own home? Iris told me to stay in this room until tomorrow. Well, I should try to get some sleep. Since this is the situation we're in. I did go to bed in the end. But I couldn't sleep. Why was I here? What was this game thing all about? Why the Haven? I grew up in Detroit, Lodestar, like, she's making all of the worst decisions. I considered calling Morgan. But I promised Iris I wouldn't tell anyone anything. I still scheduled the text to be sent to him in the morning. Just in case. Eventually, I did fall asleep. And I slept rather well, all things considered. When I woke up, my phone was gone. Great! Great! Wonderful. Excellent. I searched for it everywhere in the room, but I still couldn't find it. I waited. I thought Iris might come pick me up, but no one came. Sitting there wasn't going to help me anyway, so I left the room to find some answers. Oh, the screen's on now. Syncrate. Similar, dissimilar. We're 100% similar. Same old scenery, nothing's changed, even after all these years. Sky's clear. When I was little, I always liked those rainy afternoons spent lazing around inside better. I still do, actually. Can't say I'm a huge sun's out, let's go for a hike fan. Wardrobe won't open, but what's that contraption? The screen wasn't on yesterday. Should I try to open it? Alright, we don't have the password, so we'll come back later. I was so worried yesterday I couldn't sleep. But I did in the end, and quite well too. But I couldn't find my phone when I woke up. I started freaking out. It was just gone. I looked for it everywhere and nothing. But I had it with me when I fell asleep, I'm sure of it. Hey, is Iris wearing glasses? I have a sudden, like, fearful thought as to what's going on. Ashen Palace. Excuse me? Ashen Palace? Pictures of the area and of the haven itself, and some of our ancestors too. The things this castle has seen could fill a book or two. Back in the days, my dad would often be sat here working or reading. I remember playing here next to him. Some time ago, I found a picture of the two of us together in this room. I was 5 or 6 at the time. It's one of the only pictures of him I have left. I guess Mom would have deleted it if I hadn't been on it. Hi, Cozy! Were it up to me, I might have done so anyway. It feels weird to be back here, to be reminded of him. There's a message on the table. Breakfast's ready, Amelia. Iris. Is this truly for me? The note about the contacts earlier felt like it was meant for someone else, but this is addressed to me directly. Did Iris prepare this for me? Coffee does sound tempting right now, but I'm not sure if it's safe. Anyone could have left that note. Okay, but coffee? I guess if whoever brought me here wanted to, I don't know, poison me or hurt me, they could have done so while I was sleeping. Great. Nice positive thinking. If I still had my phone, at the very least. But I don't know anything. I don't know where Iris is. I don't know if she even left this for me, or if it was some unhinged kidnapper. Right, Dragon Gem? And even if it is her, she did kidnap me. But I gave my word. I need to trust her. I'm stuck here anyway. No phone, no nothing. I do hope the text I scheduled for Mum and Morgan went out. You never know. Right, enough moping. I'll just keep spiraling if I stay here, so I might as well go and see if there's anyone else anybody else out there. There's a key on the side table here, ripe for the picking. It says on the label that it unlocks the door to the workspace. Okay. What in the world is that? There's some thick cable that goes from that weird thingy to the door over there. Cigarettes and a lighter. I've never seen this brand before. I don't even smoke anyway. You can see the courtyard from the window. There's no one outside, but is that a car over there? Is that Mum's? I didn't see it when I arrived. It was dark outside, so I could have missed it. Wait a second, does that mean Mum's here? She told me she was on some trip to Lyon. That's on the other side of the country. If it makes you feel better, Dragon Gem, I've met Bulldog in real life and he didn't murder me, so... It's true, HPG didn't murder me either, and I've met HPG as well. And Zan and Velasco didn't murder each other. I did not murder Bulldog. Bulldog is still alive. There's a tablet here. It's on. Starting sequence. Identity check required. Please look at the camera during authentication. Checking identity. Identity confirmed. Registered user Amelia Degranat. Modules authorized. Fighters painting authorized. What? Area map authorized. Oh, fighters printing. Still, this tablet will keep you safe. Keep it on your person at all times. Reset complete. What? Does this have anything to do with Iris's game? Guess I'll take it for now. Might be useful. I mean, that's fair, Velasco. I guess Zan could murder you, but... Lodestar does, though. Quite a lot of stuff on that whiteboard. Damn, what's that ugly doodle over there? I should put my tablet in here, I suppose. Refills all the tablet's plasma. Station activation. Reactivates every station and locks their twin doors. Affected battle stations. Affected offering stations. Okay. Computer's on, but it needs a password. I can see a notification, though, even without having access to the rest of the computer. An alert? There's been a network breach, I think? That's super worrying. Mom must have a lot of private stuff on the Haven's network. Was she hacked somehow? Does that mean I'm supposed to put my tablet on this thingy? Huh. The tablet I picked up earlier seems to react to that thing. Will you accept the challenge? What? Is that part of the game Iris mentioned? What sort of challenge are we talking about here? Use your fighters to destroy all enemy units. Winning will open the station's twin door. Switch to battle mode. Initiating battle. Did those cannons just appear? What's going on here? Ally turn. Turn 1. During battle, the goal is to defeat every enemy unit. Amelia aside, every unit has a certain amount of health points. If unit's HP drops to 0, it's destroyed. Amelia is unique in that she does not have HP, but a certain amount of plasma. This plasma is granted to her by the tablet and protects her whenever she is hit. Every instance of damage received by Amelia reduces her plasma. If it drops to 0, the party is defeated. Plasma is not refilled after a battle. In order to call a fighter at your side during battle, you must use an available printer on the field. Select Amelia using A and use print. You can then choose the fighter you want to summon and the printer from which it will appear. Oh, I see. That cylinder over there is just a 3D printer, but it worked at such speed that it put out that robot so fast. That's unheard of. Let me see if I got this right. I need to use the unit to fight those cannons? Is that really what I'm supposed to do? Every fighter can use one skill and move once per turn. Amelia can only use one skill per turn, but can move and print new units as often and as much as she likes. Certain skills grant their targets strength or weaknesses. Every point of strength adds 1 to the damage inflicted by a unit. Every point of weakness adds 1 to the damage received by a unit. feels like some real-life role-playing game with robots. It kind of reminds me of an escape room I played some years ago, with much, much more budget to it though. Actually, I don't even want to think about the amount of money that went into all of that. Some force field protected me, but holy shit, I did not expect that. We're gonna go hide her in a corner. Oh, I see. So use the tablet to set the robot's movements and skill usage, and there's a limit to what they can do per turn. But I'm not a robot. They can't force me to only move once. That's why there's no icon for me on the tablet's interface. Ow! Oh, it turned on her also. Well, that's unfortunate that it chose to do that. I feel like enemies always act exactly the same. If I try to plan around their actions, I'm sure I'll manage. There must be some way to take on the challenge again. So I guess refilling the plasma also reactivates other stuff. At least plasma's full again. I can give that battle another try. strengthen it up anymore. One less to worry about. On to the other one. The Louis cannon cannot move. It will always target the unit furthest away from itself and damage it. If 2 or more units are equal distance, it will attack one of them randomly. Cross-shaped explosion will spread from the targeted unit on impact. Any unit caught in the area of effect will receive both damage and weakness. Okay, so she is 4 squares. So I think if I put him there, that automates that it will target him. Oh, I can only have one. I see. Then we just need to move her closer so that it doesn't target her. Trial conquered. That was grueling, but I did it. Setting this all up must have been some insanely complex project. It would appear you got used to the game quite fast. Well, after that first battle, I believed it was some part of a large-scale role-playing game, one that had millions invested in it. I suppose that's why I managed to take it all in stride, as crazy as it all was. I knew the rules, I was familiar with the technology. I also thought it might be my mum trialing some new invention out of her company's laboratories. The castle does belong to her, after all. There was no way she wasn't involved. There was one common problem with all of my theories, though. Iris. What was her place in all of this? I see. Thank you. Please, keep going. Okay. We are back to game. Well, we have a new door we can go through, so... Oh. The courtyard. Hello, Apollo! Athenaeus' statue. It's always been here. Well, it's been here at least since I was little. My parents told me his story a long time ago. I still remember pieces of it. He ordered this castle built. Welcome, yes, hello again, Cozy. That's the words I'm looking for. Athenaeus oh, fuck. You'd think I would know how to say this, seeing as it's fucking Alphino and Alizé's last name. Levelet. Fucking Christ. I can't do it, I'm sorry. 1129 to 1168. That's Watcher, like the tower. I don't remember those weird holes being here, though. So there's a door up here I can't access. Do they mark those as red? Ah! Do they mark those as red? No, not really. I say we get in the car and we fucking leave, Amelia. Is right, that is Mom's car. What's it doing here? She's supposed to be in Lyon. Did she get my text? The one I scheduled yesterday? Get in the car and leave. We've been kidnapped. Why are we still here when there's a car to leave? I recognize this is our family home. I still argue we have been kidnapped. We should not still be here. Long forgotten bikes collecting dust and cobwebs. Maeve and I used ours a lot back when we learned how to ride one, but the others... When I learned how to ride one, but the others... Brand new, yet covered in a thick layer of dust. Family outings weren't exactly your thing. Who's Maeve? Not that 6 years old me minded. Riding our bikes in the courtyard was kind of fun, but Maeve and I always liked playing indoors better. Who's Maeve? We played soldier, we had video games, we'd come up with fantastic stories where we were the heroines. Sometimes we'd play spy and follow our parents without them noticing. Do you have a sister? Did you have a sister? I have fond memories of our holidays here, honestly. I guess part of me misses it, at least a little. I wonder how Maeve and I would get along today if she were still... maybe we'd hate each other. Anyway, time to get a move on. Got lots to do. Anyone want to place bets on Iris being Maeve, our dead sister, supposedly? She does like escape rooms, she mentioned it, but still. Holy fucking shit, who designed this place? That's scary as all hell. That glowy substance on the walls, is it leaking through the stones? And those paintings? Most unnerving atmosphere of the year right here. Offering station. This door requires 11 plasma. I don't even have the ability to have 11 plasma. This painting seems to react when I'm near it. That's some incredible work on visual effects. I wonder how they gave the walls that weird texture. There's some writing fading in and out of that painting. What does it say? Every planet in the universe harbors immeasurable strength within itself. If one were to attune their soul to the cosmos, might they be able to wield that strength for their own gain? One day, the origin and the anti-origin will be whole once again. On the day of this rejoining, he who knows of the cosmos shall be witness to the last supposition. Superposition? Superposition? That's another battle one. There's a key here. Key to the second floor. Every planet exists either in the universe or in the anti-universe. An astute eye might be able to observe this alternate reality, but not influence it. There's 2 slots here. Looks like some item is meant to fit in them. One of them's already sit in. There's a sign that says the origin right beneath it. The other empty slot has a sign that says the anti-origin underneath it. Don't know what it's for. In the beginning was the origin. The origin was cleft in twain. On one plane of reality was the origin, on another was the anti-origin. Thus were the universe and the anti-universe born. There is a person here! How very shameful. Seen in such a state, barely a shadow of mine own self. I'm not distracted. Hi there. My lady, may I ask your name? An enemy you do not seem to be. What in the world is going on here? Is this a robot? An AI? Some remote control android? Are you unwell, my lady? Was this the first time you met one of those AI? What do you want to be perfectly clear about, Apollo? I want this on the record, Apollo. I wouldn't be in this situation. The instant the I wouldn't have gotten in the self-driving car, but the instant that the car started leaving the city, nah, fam, I'm out. Yeeting myself out on the whole highway. Tuck and roll. Well, no, not exactly. August is an AI as well, but at that point we hadn't really talked yet. We hadn't had a real conversation. But Bluen was talking to me directly. She actually reacted to what I had said. And what did you think, talking with that robot? Well, I was confused at first. I didn't know how to react. I'm at least somewhat familiar with AI and the technology that goes on behind them. I've studied them, after all, but never like this. In the end, I went along. Went along? Please explain what you mean. Well, the robots in the castle were... I'm not sure how to explain, but they were playing roles. They were playing at being historical figures. Some legendary, some real, but all had to do with the castle's past. I knew those characters must have been part of the game Iris told me about, but I still wanted to ask them about what was really going on. Until I realized that they would not deviate from their roles. If I wanted to progress in the game, I needed to become part of it, and to go along with their characters. That's what I meant. Does that make sense? It does. Thank you. Let her continue. Very well. Resume your story, please. No, sorry. I'm Amelia. Well met, my lady. I am Bluen. I stood against the Knight of the Church, but alas, I was unable to defeat him. I was imprisoned here for my failure. Shame holds me as surely as these chains. Okay, weirdo, that sure is one whatever the hell this is. Nice to meet you, Bluen. How did you end up in the castle? I am sworn to protect that nearby village. My duty brought me here, that I may bring this despicable knight to justice. You, do realize that we're in 2079, right? Duh. Today, however, I am Sir Bluen, Knight. That is my role. And if you want to see this through, you should learn to play yours. See what through? I have so many questions right now, but... Do you know who Alice is? Alice Heron? I cannot answer this question, Amelia. Please remain focused on the game. Do you know what's going on here? Or why I'm here? Do you know Iris? Again, I cannot answer you. Please, rid your mind of questions unrelated to the game. You would only be wasting your time, my lady. Very well, I understand. She won't answer anything actually important. Ugh. If she truly is an AI, she looks super evolved. Could she be an android someone controls remotely? I wish I could ask her. So, can I free you somehow? I guess the key to your chains must be here somewhere? The Knight of the Church must have it on his person. We fought on the first floor of the dungeon. Mayhap there he has returned after locking me away. You would be so brave as to face him. A fighter you do not seem to be, but appearances may be deceiving. One ought not to presume of another's worth. I'll see what I can do. I am most grateful. Might I assist you in any way, my lady? Well, are you an AI, or are you maybe controlled by someone? You are indeed stubborn. I do not believe this information will help you on your quest. I'm just curious. This I cannot answer. Even if I insist? Even so. What about Iris? Do you know her? My lady, that is quite enough. But you will answer me if I find the key? I will not. But I will lend you my sword arm. Fine. I'll see what I can do. A sword and shield left there against the wall. I guess they belong to Blue N. Wait, I can see something poking out. A cable of some sorts. It looks like I can plug it into the tablet. New module obtained. Prisoner's acceptance. Passive skill. If Amelia does not move or take an action during her turn, all of her skills countdowns are reduced to 0. Neat. Well, oh, we have to defeat them to actually get any information. Okay. Cannot move, but attacks the unit farthest away from itself, inflicting both damage and weakness. I had a bad feeling that one. It dealt 7 damage. Okay. I learned how to ride a bike here in this castle, and I fell right over there once. I can still remember it. I wanted to race Maeve, and I was going so fast I couldn't turn in time. I fell and scratched my knee open on the ground. It looked worse than it felt, but Mom still had to drive me to the hospital. Honestly, the cobblestones lining the courtyard are so old, it's just an accident waiting to happen. Or maybe it isn't, and I'm just trying to find excuses for myself. I'm not exactly a professional cyclist. Or a professional dancer either. I'd sprained my ankles some other time after Dad had signed me up for lessons. I also dropped out of my taekwondo class after a year. I wasn't very good at it. Huh. Maybe I should just stay away from sports altogether. Well, this is where she said she fought that night. A painting of Diane Heron. She was one of my ancestors. It was painted shortly after the fire at some point during the 15th century, or 16th century. Diane was an artist herself, but she didn't paint that one. One night, her brother set fire to the castle. Diane managed to escape with her youngest daughter, but her husband and 2 eldest children died in the fire. Legends say that she ran out of the burning castle with her daughter tucked safely in her arms, as if neither flame nor heat could affect them. And thus she became known as Diane of the Flames. Nobody knows who painted that piece. It was given to Diane to honor her. It's centuries old now, and my family's kept it all this time. Diane's led a truly fascinating life. She was a savant, versed in both architecture and the arts, as well as a tireless adventure. She traveled to every corner of the known world. I still remember her story well, if I'd had to learn it. as punishment. I must have been, what, 4 or 5? I doodled on one of Diane's paintings. It was one of my mom's favorites. She had it right by her study. Mom had it restored. Somehow she didn't think my doodles were much of an improvement to it. She didn't get angry, but she had me learn of all of Diane's life history so I would understand the significance of her art and all she'd accomplished. Before going in, I could hear the sound of laughter and muffled conversation. I thought there were people here and that they might be able to tell me more. About what was going on in that castle, and more importantly, why was I here at all? I opened the door and my jaw dropped. I wasn't expecting that at all. What went through your mind seeing those robots? A lot of things, if I'm being honest. I was so surprised. The robots I'd been fighting so far were some incredible works of engineering, but you wouldn't call them true AI. They were just robots following their code. But those were more like Blue End. They were true, sophisticated AI, capable of having a real conversation. I did wonder whether they were actually AI or some robots someone was controlling remotely at first. But Barkeep told me what they truly were. I'd studied some pretty advanced AI during my studies, but they were always designed with one specific job in mind, and they never, ever had human-shaped bodies. Those robots had quite the, unique design. But I only had to exchange a few words with them to know just how incredibly sophisticated their AI was. They were people. True, genuine people with lives of their own. I do not believe we need to remind you that their very existence is illegal. I know. With my mom's job and my own studies, I'm more than familiar with the subject. That's exactly why I was so surprised. And it led me to think about other things. About my mom. What was she really doing when she was off to Brittany for work? Was she working on illegal concepts in secret? Was she hiding things from me? I see. Thank you. Now then. What happened when you talked with those robots? What happened with Barkeep, specifically? I actually do need to do this reset real quick. I should talk with those robots before I do anything else. Hi, and welcome to the bar. Hi. What the hell? What am I even supposed to say here? You must be brimming with questions. Yes, so many, in fact. Let's see. First, what am I doing here? What's this game about? Where's Iris? Where's my mum? What even are you? An AI? Some sort of robot? Who planned this? Why here? Why? Full stop. Oh, that is a lot of questions. Well, first things first. Nothing here can truly hurt you. I know special effects can be impressive, especially in the midst of battle, but every precaution has been taken to keep you safe. It's the tablet, right? I noticed it erects some sort of force field whenever I'm hit in battle. But you still haven't told me why I'm here. Oh, how remiss of me. I haven't even offered you anything to drink. Coffee, maybe? What about a nice cup of tea? Or water? Some orange juice? I already had coffee back in the library, but another one can't hurt. Something tells me this is going to be a very, very long day. I'll have that coffee, actually. Cream and sugar, please. And a glass of water, too, if that's okay. Of course, of course. Make yourself comfortable. I'll be right back. Before we start, allow me to introduce myself. I'm called Barkeep. That can't possibly be your name. Well, no. Of course not. But everybody just calls me Barkeep. So, you see, my name is ultimately irrelevant. I am simply Barkeep. Alright, I'm Amelia. And I'd like some answers to my questions now. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to give you the answers you seek, not really. But I'll answer you as best as I can, as far as the rules allow. We shall speak of your quest after. My quest? That must be the goal of the game. It really is some sort of large-scale escape room, huh? Every robot you can see in this room, including Auguste, who helped you in the battle earlier, is indeed an AI. We're all here to help you fulfill your quest. And is Blue N one as well? The one I saw in the observatory? So she is. But wait, if you're AI, and your bodies are human-shaped, that's not exactly legal. That's super illegal, even. And on top of that, I've been kidnapped. Clearly an obscene amount of money's been put into this. What, game? What's the big idea here? Why me? Did Mum plan this? And what's Iris's place in all this? And here I was told the subject wouldn't ask too many questions. The subject? Wait, are you talking about me? What the hell do you mean subject? I'm sure this must be one of Mum's grand ideas. How do I even begin to answer this? Without what? Without giving too much away? Is that it? This castle belongs to my mum. Check your database. I'm Alice Heron's daughter. You should tell me everything. I am sorry, but I have orders. You need to focus on your quest, Amelia. I'll do whatever you want, just tell me whether Iris and my mum are here. And what I'm doing here. And what's going on here. And who built you? And I think it'd be best if we discuss the game's objectives instead, if you would. I don't think I would, no. I shall wait until you are ready to fulfill your quest. I am very patient, you know. And I'm stubborn. So I've noticed. What the hell is going on here? What's that guy's deal? Why would Mum do such a thing? Is sort of experiment or a test or I don't know. And what about Iris? Is she a part of this? And those AI? It's illegal for AI to have human shape. What is Mom thinking? What does she even do when she comes here? Here's what I'll do. Does it start with answering and end with your questions? Yes. Fulfill your request whichever way you want to, and I'll answer each of your questions. As long as I do have the answers, of course. Might be faster to play the game now and get to ask my questions later. And who knows, maybe I'll find some more information looking through the castle. Humph. Alright. Tell me about this quest of yours, I'm listening. I'm glad this deal is satisfactory to you. You are very reasonable. Laying it on a bit thick, are you? Well, Anyway, your quest. There are 2 pendants hidden in the castle. One sleeps in the embrace of the cosmos, and the other burns at the heart of an unquenchable fire. Your goal is to find those 2 pendants and bring them to Athenais' statue in the courtyard. Or, if you'd rather, you could give up and leave the castle now. However, it would appear there are unexpected complications awaiting us outside. Unexpected complications? What do you mean? I cannot tell you more. So, like, I could just leave the castle and that still count as me fulfilling the quest? The game ends the moment you leave the castle. You will technically have fulfilled your quest by choosing to give up on it. So if I just give up and come back after, you'll actually tell me what you know? Yes. The only thing that matters is that one way or the other, you finish the game. All of those secrets and mysteries for what? Me to just not bother and leave the castle? This gets more and more suspicious by the minute. Here, take this key. You'll need it upstairs. You should speak with Matilde too. The one with the hood over there. She could help you the same way Auguste does. Thanks. I'll be here if you need anything else. Well, good, because I still have about 500,000 questions, but I'm guessing you're the same as Blue N and you can't answer any of them. Well, I can as long as it's part of the game. And if it's not, then indeed I can't. I should speak with Matilde. And with Auguste too while I'm at it. Thanks for the coffee anyway. I'll be back as soon as I'm done with this quest, and then you'll know what pestering truly means. You fulfilling your quest is all that matters to me. Do come back if you feel thirsty or hungry. You're, Auguste, right? You're the one who helps me in battle. That's correct. If I'm not out there fighting with you, then I can be found here. Well, I can be found in both places at the same time, really. I thank you for your help. And, also, I have questions. A lot of questions. I overheard you and Barkeep talking. I'm afraid I won't be able to tell you much more than he did. We're only supposed to discuss the game. But if you do have questions about the game or my character, feel free to ask them. Your character? Well, yes. Surely you noticed we're all playing roles here. We're all but characters in this game. Oh, I see. So if I ask you whether you know Alice Heron, then your answer will be non-existent. But if I ask who you are, then your answer will be... My name is Auguste, and I am the Baron's ward. I am here to help you fulfill your quest. I call upon him just so he can be destroyed under cannon fire? That's awful. I know it must all seem very confusing to you, and none of the answers you got have been satisfactory. But if I were you, I would just play the game. Barkeep told you were safe, and he meant it. Try and relax. Maybe this mission of yours will turn out to be more fun than you expect. And saying that is definitely part of your script. Why is he so nice? I need crippling guilt on top of it all. Great. Well, it's not, but it's a small enough deviation that no one will mind. Small enough that reassuring you is worth it. That's kind of you. Thank you. I'll try and do that. Yes? So when you're with me and you have to fight, does it hurt? An unexpected question. No, it doesn't. Don't worry. I cannot feel pain, and... What you perceive as your body and what I perceive as mine are two vastly different concepts. Whether my body is printed or destroyed or discarded won't affect my own sense of self. I suppose that makes sense. How can destruction not affect you? Thanks, that's good to hear. Or maybe that's just my human bias. Come back if you need anything else. If not, I'll see you on the battlefield. Right. See you later, Auguste. Hello, you're Miss Mathilde, right? Hello, Amelia. That's me. Pleasure to meet you. Also, please drop the miss. We're all friends here. Alright. Nice to meet you, Mathilde. Barkeep said you could help me in battle? Yep. Hand your tablet over. I'll give you access to my code so you can print copies of me. Sure, there you go. Mathilde is Baptiste and Johann's daughter. Under their care in the 15th century, the Haven became an orphanage. She specializes in ranged combat, medicine, and alchemy. Alright, all done. You know how you can print Auguste in battle and then he fights for you? Now you can do the same with me. Thank you. Here, take your tablet back. Is that a bracket on that screen? Like for a tournament? Intrigued, are you? Well, yes. Is that a list of battles? Like in a tournament? Not a tournament per se. They're special trials organized by yours truly. The battles are held in the throne room behind that door over there. A bit more space, you see. There's only one teeny tiny little problem. The throne room's unavailable right now. Unavailable? There might be a curse. A teeny tiny curse. They say it's the curse of the Ansakar given life. People say those who live in this castle are cursed, that only misery and death await them. Oh, I've heard that legend before. Does it scare you? Well, it does a little, I guess. It's just a legend, you know. Curses don't exist in real life. Hope that helps. That's never helpful, Amelia. Great. Wonderful. I'd feel much better if you got rid of it for us, though. Sure. Would sure be nice to challenge those special trials of yours, after all. Oh, we beat the demo. Excellent. This is incredibly interesting, and I have no idea what's going on, and I need to know.